Skiter against this S4 Handsken Timber Clock.
Yeah, it's funny. Brewmaster not that great for the laning stage because all of his skills get removed by Abaddon shield. But this is an example of a team drafting for the game because Brewmaster is one of the best heroes at dealing with Timbersaws and Abaddons. These heroes you don't want to focus and you can't really afford to deal with in the early to mid game team fight. Just throw them up in the air. Deal with them later.
That's true. Yeah, they will have that means to deal with him. I mean, maybe not being able to kill him, but definitely able to open up the team fights and allow them to work around him. And I think one thing though for Tundra, you do look at this Shaker hero, right? They open with it, incredibly strong at the moment in this patch. There's definitely going to be a chance for Biver to have quite big effect in the team fights. What we are going to see up in the lane though, might not be able to do enough to save 33 as 33 is trying to juke this out. And Nikobaby's able to find it. Another dagger and one last hit from Nikobaby takes him down. As, well, you can't really start off the lane any better than that. First blood for the PA.
Yeah, I was definitely concerned about this pick of the draft when it comes to the laning space. The Brewmaster is just completely useless against Abaddon as a 5.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar when you pick like Jakiro 5.
Then you get Biver there as well. I mean, yeah, as you said, this top lane, it's looking messy.
Yeah, it's like when you pick Jakiro 5 and the opponent picks offlane Abaddon or offlane Legion and they just remove your dual breath, you feel really bad. And Brewmaster feeling that from the 3 to 5 relationship in reverse here.
I mean, FGA just tanks up with a shield, starts running at him. And we're seeing again 33. He's in a whole world of pain. He's trying to run, he can't. He turns with the Fairy Fire. He's trying to bring down FNG with it, but he's not going to be able to do so. FNG's got another shield good to go. He's off in the trees. And a second kill for Nikobaby in this lane already at 2 minutes in.
No TP for 30 seconds on Brewmaster. That's game ruining, lane ruining. Like, it feels so bad. His game's going to be over until he gets that level 6. And even then, he'll just be an ultimate.
And the thing is as well, because this brew came late in the draft, right? Do you think they just didn't expect this lane setup? Do you think that the fact that FNG was playing the Abaddon surprised them? I mean, they've got to have expected this sort of scenario, right?
It's not that you expect the lane to go well. They knew they needed a tool to deal with the Timbersaw Abaddon in the mid game, so they elected to pick a hero they thought could survive the lane, and the lane's definitely just going way worse than they anticipated. You would never pick a hero expecting the lane to go anywhere remotely this bad.
Meanwhile, mid, LIMMP. He might just be dead here if he can. Oh, yes he can. No. All right, well, top lane might not be going great, but meanwhile, mid, 20 for 5 against the 11 for 0, and a solo kill against him. I dare say that mid lane's going better for Tundra than the top lane's going for Alliance. That's quite the beat down here a bit.
That's definitely the more important lane. Brewmaster will recover much better than a puck.
Yeah, especially if he can get some kills here, and they can. They're able to turn, and they will manage to get a kill back their way up top Tundra as they take down FNG.
It's a disaster. He's more than a full level ahead on Void Spirit. And this Puck Void matchup, I know enough to say that this matchup's all about who kills who. Because both threaten the other when they get 6. It's a race to the finish line, and the finish line being that ultimate level. And Void Spirit's going to be getting there by a landslide.
We see big focus as well from Alliance, bringing, having 3 heroes around that rune spawn there. They knew that they could not let 9 grab his hands on that.
DD Void Spirit would be a dead puck in a matter of the next 2 minutes for sure.
And then, of course, down on the bottom side of the map, does it surprise you that Skiter's getting as much out of this lane as he is, or is this not really a bad lane for the Wraith King to farm in? He's 27 and 3, he's having pretty much free farm down here.
I'm a bit surprised, but in this lane, Clockwerk's not all that useful as a 4 position. So this is a lane that inevitably the Wraith King will just have to dip out. So even though he's having a good start now and a little bit of a slow start on Timbersaw, it will eventually become uninhabitable for him. That's expected when they pick the hero. They know Wraith King's capable of dipping out and maybe even going top. PA is a pressurable carry. Abaddon doesn't deal with it very well either, and since Puck's having a rough start, he may be able to get some early towers.
See now bottom. This time Skiter is going to get trapped in the cogs. Handsken and S4, they're able to get on top of him, chase down with the timber chain. Can they quite finish him? No, he's into the trees. Skiter's going to be fine. Can't quite take him out. Keep Skiter safe. Meanwhile, at the bounty arena, we did see 9. He saw FNG go for it to make sure that he couldn't get the bottle refill at 5 minutes in. It looks like he turned away. He must have tried to go back in, and he ends up dying.
Yeah, is that just a solo kill?
Yeah, only FNG was there when we sort of caught him earlier as he stepped away. Bottom lane, Skiter actually able to find the chase down onto S4 with the help of Fata. He gets the kill on the Timber.
That's such a huge kill because it basically allows him to get 2 extra creep waves before he's supposed to leave this lane. And it's uncontested creep waves. He doesn't have to fight for them. He doesn't have to expend a bunch of regen and stun in order to do this. So you see Skiter just pushing the wave as fast as he can.
Trying to go for Biver. Okay, he gets away with it, able to push the limits of the hero nicely.
Dire's middle tower.
No time to talk here. Action, all 3 lanes. Kill a minute so far.
See in the mid lane with that death as well. 9. LIMMP has been able to catch up completely in farm. 34 for 4 against the separate. Top lane FNG. He baits them in on him, and it works out. He does die, but he's just gone and secured another kill for Nikobaby there. FNG, I mean, he's playing a very selfless game here to really make sure that Nikobaby gets so much out of this top lane.
Queuing up the battlefield this game. They're electing to utilize the space from Timber. So last time when he played PA, I think he felt like he had to outpace the Ricky that he was playing against. But in this case, he wants to match the farm of the Wraith King and say, I'm going to outcarry you on similar level of network.
See that bottom, Handsken. Try to get aggressive on the Fata, but Skiter's able to step across. Fata might just go down, and he will. Gets the Phantom's embraced off onto S4, but S4's able to just take him out straight away with the right clicks. Saw an attempt as well on the mid lane. 9 and Biver trying to get the catch on LIMMP. But not quite enough lockdown there between the 2 of them with the Fisher and the Remnant. Self alive.
They did kill the catapult bottom. But because of that kill on S4 about 2 minutes ago, that's the even more important component of that kill. Because Timbersaw alone doesn't usually hit the tower for very much damage. So his way of taking the tower is simply tanking the tower while his catapult closes. So that will slow that progression of the pressure coming out from S4 and the ability to invade the Wraith King's farm by, honestly, 3 or 4 minutes.
Hang on, we found Fata again. Fata. I mean, Handsken.
Too far.
Constantly looking for Grimstroke and been finding it a couple of times now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Skiter just walking past S4, taking the creeps with him.
We see
what he can do as a carry.
He's not going to spawn at the top. 9 might have chased for this. He's still got a step to go in onto FNG and he'll get him. Shield won't be enough to save him. TP coming over from Nikobaby looking to get involved as he knows that 9 hasn't got any further escape here. LIMMP sets up with the Dream Coil. It is a little too far into the tower though, and Biver standing on top of him, so Nikobaby can't dive in. Down bottom, Skiter's getting gone on. No points in reincarnation yet. As Handsken and S4 are able to take him down, back over towards mid. LIMMP was able to swing around, get that regen room picked up. Nikobaby, he's going to start trying to make his way back up to the top lane, but they're going to make a move onto him. LIMP's jumping in to try and keep Nikobaby safe. FNG in with the TP, provides the shield, gives him a target to jump up to the high ground, so Nikobaby will be kept safe. And FNG might be able to help him on this attempt to go for Biver here. As they're chasing him down, Biver on the retreat. He'll get the Fisher off, but he's looking pretty dead here. The shield's up on Nikobaby as Biver. FNG's going to try and chase. Will set up for the dagger. They get the kill. Nikobaby tries to escape though, but the time has been bought for Tundra to just pretty much bring the whole team here. As Biver, I mean, he dies, but it kind of works out for them. They're baiting FNG and Nikobaby to try and chase for the Shaker kill, and it just buys time for everybody to turn up and turn it around.
Yeah, they have to be careful because nobody wants to lane bottom against the Timbersaw. So if you give them a reason to leave bottom and come get something beneficial off some other part of the map, they're going to take it.
Sure.
So a little bit of an overextension there from Alliance. But S4 does take bottom tower, and now he's going to TP top in order to defend that tower, occupy the dangerous farm against the Brewmaster, who does have split available. Looks like he went for the urn, but he's going drums afterwards. Drums, I guess, is a decent item again for Brewmaster, because you do get the move speed aura for your team during the brew split itself. Like, you remove the aura and then they put it back on. Nice aura item when you... All aura items are activatable or are working during the time his ultimate's gone.
And look at this. This is pretty big. You know, this move down bottom, Nikobaby, he's going to get caught out. The setup's there straight away. 9's in with the Astral Step. Nikobaby Has he got any sort of help coming? FNG's trying to make his way down it. He's not going to be able to reach this in time as Nikobaby. He's going to get taken down. FNG couldn't quite make it there, and now they're trying to go onto him. The Remnant won't catch him, so FNG should be able to make his way out of there. I mean, I guess Nikobaby felt this area of the map was safe after S4 had forced anyone from Tundra out of there. But they quickly move in onto him, and they're going to be able to find FNG as well. They continue to chase him down. They block him off with the Fissure. Nothing held back there as they drop the slam. 2 more kills for Tundra as they show that, you know, for Alliance, that bottom area of the map isn't as safe as maybe they hoped it would be.
Yeah, once again, they're just ignoring the Timbersaw. Got to give a little respect to the fact that they know what they're doing with their rotations and their resource allotment on the side of Tundra. They basically say, this Timbersaw TP's top, let's just ignore him and go and bait the farm bottom. Usually you don't want to commit 3 heroes on the game bottom.
Try going on to 33, but as you said, with the split up, he's going to be fine. In fact, he can set up for backup to come in. Fissure lined down onto the 2 of them. Biver gets the angle, sets up the kill onto Handsken. They're going to look towards S4. We'll see if they can burst through him. He's a very tough target to take down. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance of this happening. They'll give him a bit of a tickle and then they'll be on their way. They're not going to be able to take him out.
Yeah, they brought him down to about 90% there.
Yeah, nearly. And now 9. He's going to get on it. See if he can juke this out. By sometime in the air, he's going to be okay. Now they've got Skiter. Now they can have a chance. They've got some heavy hits from the Wraith King, and this time they'll be able to take S4 down. As Tundra are really making sure, you know, everything that they're doing with these moves just seems to be incredibly well thought out.
That's a bit of sloppiness from Alliance. I think it requires Tundra to capitalize on it perfectly the way they are. So I commend them very well for recognizing that Timbersaw is out of position, despite the fact that he's super tanky at this stage in the game. But S4 getting a bit carried away. He has taken 2 tier 1s, both side lane tier 1s going down for Tundra, so that will be more space on the map for Nikobaby. And he still almost has the Battle Fury, despite his early couple deaths. He does have 4 kills. He's got the 420
9. With the Invis Rune, he's able to have the setup onto Handsken. TP's coming over. Are they going to be able to save him in time? No, not quite. Damage from the Phantom's Embrace finishes him off before FNG finishes a TP.
I'm about to take a screenshot because Nikobaby's 5 CS away from the 420 KD 69 CS. I know I don't want to meme too hard on you right now, OD Pixel, but you got to get excited sometime.
Sometimes, yeah, the numbers are there.
It just, you know, the memes are speaking to us.
Mid.
Look like LIMMP wants that Witchblade. A little bit of mid-game damage that they will be lacking because their carry is going to be rather AFK farm heavy.
Alliance playing it a little more chill now. Sticking to their half of the map. As you say, you know, they're aware that as long as Nikobaby's going to hit his timings here, they don't lose anything too much else, but they're going to be fine. A bit of an attempt onto LIMMP. They get the pullback with the Remnant. LIMMP. He's going to be able to jump his way out of there. He's trying to turn, but he's going to get burst down here. As 9's able to finish him off with the help of Skiter. Then they also Skiter with these armlet toggles, just keeping himself alive. He's even going to start turning and having a bit of a go onto S4. They're bringing Biver over. S4 gets himself across the Fissure though. Will manage to retreat. And they lose 9, but they're getting 2 kills for it, and 2 kills as well that Skeeter's being able to pick up for himself. Now, they're going to try for FNG too. So he has got the safety of the borrowed time. S4, still with mana in the tank, ready to play. Biver, he's had enough, he's out of it. He's TPing away from this one. Abaddon 33 will still hang around. 33 is getting in. See what cooldown we've got on the Primal Split now. Yeah, still down for an incredibly long time, so he's not going to have that, but he does have the backup of 9. S4 though, still a bit too nimble as he's up to the high ground. He's away. And there's that timing. So Nikobaby, Battle Fury done. We're going to start seeing his farm step towards being able to rival that of Skiter, but it's going to take a bit of time. I mean, Skiter's having a very good game. This relic's going to come very, very quick for him after the armlet, and already involved in 6 kills. You know, this has been a pretty beautiful start for the Wraith King this match.
Yeah, you're just seeing the difference between meta heroes right now. The reason why Wraith King is so much higher sought after for these pro players is that he can be in those mid-game team fights and feel impactful. He does a lot of damage with just an armlet. And Skiter, recognizing that because he's against the hard carry PA, it is his job to participate in these fights, choosing the armlet over the Midas.
Oh, and top, thinking the setup on LIMMP. He's already used the orb. They're able to find the catch onto him.
A bubble from the...
Same 9. Nice game as the Void Spirits we had before. He's having a very good time here, 6-2 and 3. Against LIMMP's 2-3 and 0. They're doing a really good job of making sure that LIMMP does not get out of hand this game.
Yeah, the moves by Tundra are all so good. It looks like they're losing objectively speaking. You have a PA that's farming well on the opponent team with a Battle Fury, and you've lost all your tier 1 towers, but this is par for the course. They were against the Timbersaw with no natural counters to shut down his early momentum. And I really like how they're approaching this game. If you guys want to get better at playing against Timbersaw, just ignore him and kill all the other guys.
Hey, apart from when you want to kill him, they're just
isolate him. That seems to be their way of playing, and it's working out beautifully. I mean, just saying, okay, separate, kill him.
Because that's the one thing we just haven't seen this yet. We haven't really seen them fail to kill him, right? When they go to kill him, they get the job done. They know when they've got the tools to be able to take down S4. So it's just some smart reads of situations ready from Tundra. As Biver gone on here, got the Soulbind instead of into the 2-man Wraith Fire Blast. He is able to turn up, take down one. He's going to look over towards Nikobaby. They've got the control with the Remnant. He's been silenced by the Phantom's Embrace. He's up in the air. And they're going to have the burst to take him out. They are. The Primal Split being used to hold him down. 33 sets up for another as they're chasing in. Looking towards FNG and LIMMP. LIMMP will jump in with the burst, trying to put them off from chasing any further. S4's turned back up. Tundra will now start to give a bit of respect, step back. I say that, Skiter's ready to go back in. Wraith Fire Blast into the X-Well stun. Then in onto S4. Phantom's Embrace deployment into the control of the Remnant. They're going to be able to bring down S4 again. They'll lose the reincarnation, but it's all good. Skiter's able to easily get out of there with his second life. They'll lose Brew, but Tundra's able to back out. And again, just adding so many more kills to their name. As Skiter's game just getting stronger and stronger. 6-1 and 4. After that, the Radiance is pretty much done on top of the armlet. 17 minutes in.
Yep, those early kills on S4, it becomes easier and easier to kill heroes like Timbersaw when you killed them a few times in the early game, and they didn't even have the Spirit Vessel yet for that engagement, and Brewmaster's gonna have it in 250 gold. That spells the end of Timbersaw's raid boss era, if it even still existed. Queuing up a Bloodstone. Like, he's not going for a Yule Scepter or a Lotus Orb or Greaves, some way of removing that Spirit Vessel. He's not going to have any way to deal with that for a very long time.
I guess he's just going to trust an FNG to be in there with the saves. But FNG's definitely going to have his work cut out.
But he can just throw up FNG in the middle of fights. 33, one of the best micro players out there. If I trust anybody to use all those Bruling skills properly, it is him.
20-11, 4K lead, a lot of it on Skiter. I mean, the money just rolling in for this Wraith King. As soon as he has the Radiance done, he's already 700 into the Blink Dagger. It's all coming out very, very quickly. Nikobaby trying to do his best to match the pace of the farm. He's after the Battle Furies, he's about halfway into the BKB. He's trying to make sure that he's going to be prepared to turn up to these fights and not have to worry about this incredible amount of control that Tundra's team does have.
Yeah, you have to really emphasize the impact of supports moving forward in this game. You have a 4-position Clock paired to a 4-position Shaker who's already got a Blink Dagger. I would much rather be playing against the Clock in this case. He's working on the Ag Shard already on the Shaker, and Grimstroke's naturally going to farm way more than an Abaddon 5 as well. Abaddon 5 is basically just a shield at this point. It's looking much more on the Abaddon side than the Abaddon side, as you were talking about earlier.
It's definitely seeming a bit tough at this stage. As you say, just match the sort of the impact that Tundra's bringing. And they're supporting casters. Holding around the mid. They want to get anything done here. Skiter, 400 away from his Blink. Ags, done on 9.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Saving heroes like Abaddon, you're never going to be within range. All of his spells are such short range that anybody that's getting hit by the Void Spirit Ag is also going to be hitting the Abaddon.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So the find did Tundra. Alliance
Dire are
side of the map for now, though. Tundra unlikely to find the jump.
Looks like they're content dodging on Alliance's side. They are 700 gold off that Nikobaby BKB. So that might be a decent timing for them. But even then, I don't really know how they killed a Wraith team twice. And that Radiance is going to be dishing out a lot of damage. Puck, block, even Abaddon as a support. Pretty squishy over time. That's the damage per second.
Is under attack.
Gonna have on the side. They're gonna be able to set up on a S4. They're starting the fight here onto the Timbersaw. Skiter stepping over. Wraith fire blast down. They're gonna walk over the echo. They're trying to chain lock down S4. Is it gonna be enough to get the kill? He's getting low. LIMMP also being silenced. LIMMP just taken down at one big old crit there from Skiter. As they lose the puck, S4's out to the side. He's still alive. The Fisher's out. Skiter closing in. The crit takes him. As Skiter takes out another. Over to FNG they go. They're gonna find three. They're gonna find another. Handsken pulled back by the remnant of 9. As Tundra just rolling over Alliance right now in these fights. As sure, it takes them quite a bit of effort to take down S4, but they're able to do it, and they're able to take down heroes alongside him.
Now, I've underestimated Tundra both series. I watched them going into the series. They are clean. They have dismantled that early pressure from Alliance. They let Alliance take all that they were willing to give them and nothing more. And at this point, the timings are just coming online too fast. Nikobaby, he's finally ready to fight, but it might just be a little too late here.
I mean, we'll see this again. It takes them quite a bit of effort, but do you feel like Tundra in this moment, they know that they can kill this Timber?
There's just no counter threat. Yeah, there's no Earthshaker, there's no BKB, Deso, PA in the back lines that's gonna threaten you from 4-man just going on this Timbersaw for 20 seconds in a row. You're only afraid of going on this super tanky guy if there's some deterrent that scares you, and they just don't have that right now. PA needs more items.
Easy DD for 9. I mean, sort of at what point is there going to be a sort of change that causes Tundra to be a little scared of the PA? Like, when will Nikobaby be scary? Is the Deso going to be enough, or is he still got to sort of get that item on top of it, really, to threaten Tundra at this stage?
I think if they can win a fight, the Deso will be enough. But if his timings are continuously delayed by these engagements, then
there we go. They try for 33. See if they got the damage to take him out. They're in with the PA. Nikobaby committed with the BKB. Albert will allow them to get the kill. They take down 33. Lose Handsken for it. 9 jumping in aggressively, looking for FNG in the trees. Over to the side. S4 got down by Biver and Skiter. They're both on top of S4. S4 will be able to get in, cut down Biver. Silence as well as they hold back FNG. Skiter, he's still looking for S4. S4 again over to the tree line with the Timber chain. 9 and Fata trying to chase. DD still going on 9. LIMMP jumping in with the silence to stop them from getting in, but the Yule set up there. They close the gap onto S4. Who'll cut down Skiter to once, but Skiter's ready for round 2. The Wraith fire blast out. 9 jumps in onto the Timber as S4 will fall yet again.
It's not the end of the world for Alliance. They did trade evenly in terms of number of kills, and PA got out. Did have to use the 10-second BKB. In any carry matchup where one carry affords to go Radiance Blink AC, the other one has to go BKB this early on in the game, I'm feeling much better scaling into the late game as the Wraith King. Having that 10-second BKB come online 40 minutes into the game when the PA's got a 5-6 second BKB, it makes a major difference in these team fights, especially when you have heroes like Abaddon, like Brew, that are going to delay how long it takes for the fight to burst targets.
Sure, but I guess at least the upside for Nikobaby in these fights is when he does have that BKB pop, he's pretty invincible, right? They don't have any way to deal with the evasion.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, until Wraith King inevitably goes Rapier, if the game goes long enough, they will have no way to deal with that. Curious to see if he takes the 35% blur evasion talent. I've been seeing a lot of PAs lean towards that one, but this game, they might be desperately needing that extra armor corruption here for the damage.
Yeah, no, it's definitely always a tempting one. I mean, like when you're playing PA, is sort of the evasion one that you are less likely to go, as you say, in sort of a losing game, because you do feel like, well, if I'm not going to kill anyone, we're just going to lose anyway?
Yeah, PA has 2 issues. If she's ahead, she worries about that timing where she can actually be burstable outside of BKB. In that case, the blur evasion is really nice. If she's behind, then she lacks damage. So I would, arguably enough, the more aggressive talent's the one you'll take when you're behind.
You got it. They're on the high ground. That's no plans yet. Biggest.
Face check. They're there, guys. Found him.
Thinking about stepping into Roche. I mean, they do this pretty reliably, pretty safely as well. And they're more than happy for Alliance to come and try and tackle them. LIMMP is going to scout it out.
Radiant's courier has been
both teams aware of one another. The Deso is done and out for Nikobaby.
They can contest this, I think, with Clockwerk being alive in 12. Flare vision will be very nice.
Set it up. They're going to try and start the fight off. We've taken down S4. They're locking him down with the Echo Slam. Vessel's down upon him. S4's able to get out to the side with the Timber Chain, but he's still able to get down to the Spirit Vessel, and he's going to fall. They get the kill with the Radiant Spurt. Over FNG they go. Jumping from Alliance, though. They managed to burst through Wraith King at once. Nikobaby coming in with a BKB. He's trying to take down 9. 9's out to the side with the Simulate. FNG's been locked towards the PA with the Soulbind, but they're bringing 9 down. They've taken out the Void Spirit. Can they turn for more? Nikobaby finds the second target. Jumps in onto Fata. As they found 3, maybe they can find 33 as this primal split comes to an end. 33 trying to get away, but Nikobaby's in onto him. He's attempting for the TP out. They've got the damage. They have
no way.
The mischarged invasion. He's away. He will live, but a good punch back from Alliance, fighting 3 heroes, and now they can look to threaten the Roche with this Deso on the PA. And 3 heroes down. A buyback coming out from Fata. He really wants to stop Alliance from going for this.
They want blood.
Yeah.
They have the ward.
Here they come, Skiter. Fata at 33, and there's the extra buybacks. 9 buying back as well to make sure he can outbound in this fight. They're in on the 33. 33 getting stolen, but he's able to step to the side. Fisher blocks them off. They move in straight away on top of Nikobaby. They take down the PA. Over to Handsken they go. As Alliance, they've gone in heavily aggressive for this move, but they've lost 2 heroes. They're going to lose S4 here as well to Skiter and Biver. As the buybacks allowing them to win back on top. They try and chase Alliance, they get aggressive. Of course, all still that time. Nikobaby's BKB was still on cooldown, so he didn't have it prepared to fight with. Gonna have a buyback from Handsken. This is a fight that S4 and Nikobaby won't be able to turn up to. It's 9. He's chasing down onto FNG. He's got the backup now. Skiter, and boom! Crit comes out. Skiter will claim the life of FNG.
They know they can't afford to give the Aegis to Tundra here, so Alliance spending all buybacks possible. I'm sure FNG will buy back if he feels the need to, but Tundra still not quite done with that AC on Skiter, so they're lacking a bit of that physical damage to bring down the Roche in a timely manner. Yeah, the Earthshaker shard, man, stuff's busted.
It's strong.
I can't believe it. You know those like animes and stuff where they're like, show yourself. You know, the guy in the back, the guy that's like trying to sneak attack you. You're supposed to have to be point blank range on Earthshaker to stun people. And suddenly he's just on the low ground, perma-stunning the PA as his BKB is still on cooldown, as you mentioned. It's so annoying and frustrating to watch as a carry player.
Now does Handsken go for a steal? I think you do, don't you?
Kind of have to.
Why not? Why not? Sorry, you've got Nikobaby ready to join in. They're going to try and get on the side, but they've taken out Biver. He's gone straight away, but Tundra will be able to finish the Roche, pick up the Aegis on Skiter. Now, Tundra's ready to fight. Jump forward, in on the Handsken. He's popped the cogs, but Skiter's in there with him, ready to fight. Soulbind connecting up the 2 of them. LIMMP, he's able to jaunt out just in time for the orb. LIMMP will make it away, but 9's in onto Handsken. Handsken will go down. Tundra's starting to reset a little bit as LIMMP jumping him with Nikobaby Alliance. They're going to try and fight back into this. They turn. Who they're going to try and jump towards. They're looking for 9, but 9's up to the high ground with the Dissimulate. LIMMP and Nikobaby. They will find him, but no. One more step. He's up to the side. The dagger's coming in. He's going to take down the Witch's Blade damage from LIMMP.
Big item for PA, Orb of Destruction.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the best tier 3 neutral item.
That's 4. Okay, here they won't go any further with the Aegis on Skiter. And Alliance, they're doing a good job of fighting back in a game where they've constantly been having to play from behind. Nikobaby is closing that gap. He's only about 1,500 behind Skiter's farm right now.
PA will definitely farm faster if both of them are allowed to hit creeps at their lead. So this is a positive for Alliance. My only concern is the supports moving forward. Like Wraith King, he really doesn't care about the Alliance supports at all. While PA is definitely terrified of the Grimstroke Earthshaker potential burst damage coming out. It's just all going to be about execution in these fights. Whoever gets the jump. When you have a hero like PA or Ricky, these stealth assassins, it's all about who jumps who.
Biver. He's able to catch the timber chain. Skiter's in.
It's the expression on their little faces.
A lot of hope there for S4 as Skiter brings him down.
Nether Shawl plus AC Aura and no stacks of reactive armor. Does not look very tanky.
Nikobaby. And this man's definitely a threat in these fights. No doubt about it. When that BKB's up, you better be running if you're Tundra.
They can find the Earthshaker Grimstroke in the back lines prior to them casting spells. I think they'll win virtually every team fight side of Alliance. That's just the matter of if they can do that. They do have Clockwerk for the vision, as well as the chaos creation in order to maybe force these supports out of position. They've got the tools to do it. Can they pull it off?
It's midnight. The setup here on FNG. As Nikobaby's watching from the side, I don't think he's going to want to get in this. They're just going to let FNG go down. As actually already trying to jump to the high ground. And I'm seeing if he can find anyone else. He's closing the gap on LIMMP. Blink out is there in time. Now they'll be able to start forcing down the mid, see if they can get themselves some more tier 2s.
Is under attack.
We're sitting on the net worth as well. I mean, LIMMP's really caught up his game. I mean, does it sort of surprise you? You know, you sort of look at 9, he's at 11, 4, and 15. LIMMP's only 5, 4, and 8, but LIMMP is just as farmed as Void Spirit. Is it expected that the puck farms as well as LIMMP has? It seems like he's just crushing it in the farm spot.
Handsken, he's definitely not going to be crushing it. I believe as 9 will find him. I think Puck getting the kill on 9 last fight was a big swing. If both heroes have decent farming accelerators, and one hero gets the kill, it happens the same way with carry heroes as well. Whenever you kill your counterpart, you suddenly just create a gap between the two of you. But in this case, since 9 was so far ahead in kills beforehand, now that they're about even, it does check out. The math checks out. I've crunched the numbers real quick, the arbitrary numbers here.
Sure, it's just always weird to see because it's like, you know, 9's been running around, he's killing everyone. You know, how much does it matter really when LIMP's been able to, you know, just take that top spot? You know, the efficiency.
If you look at the other 3 heroes on both teams, LIMP's clearing creeps, right? But nobody else is.
Sure.
Probably why. Grimstroke's nuking creeps. Earthshaker's gonna take some creeps. I think the net worth on the supports is really what you're seeing as why Puck would still be even as well. At the end of the day, these Glimmer Capes, Force Stabs, Blink Daggers, Ghost Scepters on these supports, that 2,000 net worth is arguably more impactful than 2,000 net worth on any core.
True. Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's going sheep as well on Grimstrokes. If he ever gets there, that is actually terrifying because he does get the double value out of the Soulbind into this. And he has the capability to farm it. One of the best farming supports in the entire game, Grimstroke. They're looking.
Oh yeah.
It's well preemptively.
Regeneration.
BKB done on 9, so he's gonna be a menace. He's been barely dying without that beacon. And now he's also got the Elven Tunic. 16% evasion will be quite nice against PA. He never buys MKB. May buy a Rapier at some point if the game...
Around mid, both teams watching this wave, seeing who's going to take a move onto it first. LIMMP thinking about the best way to start this off. It's hard though with his BKBs done. LIMP not quite happy. Oh, TP's out, but he's able to cancel them! He's in with the Dream Core, he's going to force them to stick around. Handsken's found himself in on the front line. Nikobaby's thinking about getting in. The Echo Snap's already been used. Biver, he's been taken out. LIMP popping the BKB here as 33 will attempt to chase him out.
There's a DD rune.
And there's a full Abyssal now picked up by Nikobaby. As Nikobaby, he is more than ready to take down targets. Over to the side though, Esports being gone on. Skiter and 9 taken down in a matter of seconds. As Nikobaby's ready to fight back. Commits with the BKB, looking for 9, but 9's up in the air with the Yules with it to simulate ready. 9's able to wait out, but no, Nikobaby chases up to the high ground. Jumps in, finishes him off, but the BKB's come to an end. Skiter's in on top of there, and bam! The crit hits. 1,300 damage been done there. As Nikobaby, he's out of the game for 90. Alliance, they try and force them to fight. They're cancelling the 2 TPs out. They get something out of there, but they lose their big hero at the end of it all. Nikobaby going down.
Never really thought about it, but Wraith is kind of nice against PA as the game goes on, because if you miss, your mortal strike cooldown doesn't activate. So you're gonna crit him eventually.
That's true.
So
when it hits, it hits.
Yeah, 1,300 damage.
Rock it on.
And
it's almost level 25.
Yeah.
Probably will take the mortal strike cooldown.
Oh,
You'll
for
have
sure.
this Aegis potentially rapier timing that I saw them win the other series with as well in the third game. Wouldn't be surprised if the game ends in that window.
Are you a fan of this as well? See, Nikobaby, he's going back for the S and Y at this stage. Why is sort of what's the reasoning for this rather than some sort of big late game item?
I've seen this more and more.
Yeah.
I think status resistance is just a broken concept that you used to buy Satanic on all these heroes. I think one of the major reasons PA doesn't scale nearly as well is because of the nerf to Satanic. She is one of the many carries from last patch that heavily relied on that item in order to scale in these late game fights. Sadly, I just don't know how you play against Earthshaker, Lion, Shadow Shaman 40 plus minutes into the game with no S and Y. I think that's why these carries are doing this. There's no other item that gives you this. That's kind of it kind of annoys me as a carry. It feels very pigeonholy in terms of your build. And it doesn't feel good, but you kind of have to, I think. With Satanic, it used to feel very powerful. Like, yes, I've got this Satanic, you burst me down to 400 HP, and then I get it all back. With S and Y, it's like, okay, now I get to activate my BKB before you 100-0 me.
We'll certainly do that now with Skiter having a bit of trick strike up his sleeve. A little disappointed as he did have the rapier queued up, but he decides goes for the MKB.
The wimps, man. That's the coward's way. It was the coward's way. Still a high damage item, and he'll be dumping it out the deeps no matter what. Does have the mortal strike cooldown now.
Definitely shows, you know, that they're. Ooh. G. Straight away, Knight's gonna chase though. Nice, do they want to try and bail FNG out here, or they just let him go? They're just going to let him go. They don't want to take a fight into this awkward position. I mean, Nikobaby's still hanging around. He nearly gets fished there. I mean, if that fisher catches him, he's probably dead. He might be in trouble anyway. He's having to pop the BKB to get out. Esports starting to poke at 9 on the side. They've got to be very careful, their alliances. Well, Skiter gets in, there's damage to be done. Hansken's going to come over the hook shot, but he's just going to end up being on the front lines. As Skiter turns the Wraith Fire Blast, Biver jumps over the Echo Slam. Look at the two of them outside of the base. As Handsken's down, 9, he's committing in deep with the BKB. He's over to S4. S4 keeping himself alive with a Bloodstone to heal, but a Fisher, it holds him down. Skiter's in with a finishing blow. The Wraith Fire Blast ends his life. As S4 and Handsken just not quite being able to get back into the safety of their base in time.
This Tundra team is no joke. Every game I've watched them play, I always feel like they're winning because they're just outmaneuvering and outplaying their opponents. Not to say they didn't give themselves the tools in the draft by any means. You can tell that Brewmaster pick paying some mad dividends in the early to mid game, relieving a lot of that pressure, allowing them to focus the targets they had to focus. And despite having that rough start to his game, 33 having massive impact, those early rotations ignoring the Timbersaw, delaying Nikobaby's Battle Fury despite having a really strong laning stage. Everything just going the way of Tundra in the game plan aspect. We're gonna get this second Roche. I think PA needs this Aegis. It's almost like a deny Aegis. You don't need it as nearly as much on the Wraith King. But it's nice to be able to backpack your BKB. He did put it back in his inventory in case they do get contested, but it looks like it's gonna be a free one.
And then sort of comparing the offlane impact. Esports, he's had a rough game. 4-11-7. I mean, is this sort of KDA just what happens when you do have those very early detrimental couple of deaths on a Timbersaw?
Oh, absolutely. Timbersaw's impact this game was the first 15 minutes. That was his job in the draft. He was meant to accelerate Nikobaby's timings to be faster than Skiter's because he's so good against Wraith King. And that's just not the case. Those early maneuvers by Tundra to avoid him, but then capitalize when he's a bit overextended were just massive.
What a Biver. He's setting up here.
Good catch.
Onto Nikobaby there, able to pull him back. Nikobaby, he holds onto the BKB. He doesn't want to pop it. He had a little bit of a window to press it. But he decides that, I guess maybe he feels that even with it popped, he doesn't get out of there. As that's him down for 90 seconds here, Alliance. They've really got to hold up in Basin and try and D-push for the next 80 seconds.
And if you're worried about Nikobaby winning the carry one-on-one battle, now he's got a Solar Crest on 33, so an extra 80 attack speed and 8 armor going the way of Skiter.
Under attack.
And that's not enough to tilt the balance. I don't know what is.
We're seeing sort of Nikobaby cycle through the items. He had S&Y queued up, then he had the Wraith here, now he's got the Satanica. I mean, what does he get in this position? Like, what can change it? We'll see here again when they're gone. And I think, yeah, he had the opportunity here to pop the BKB. I mean, a BKB there would have allowed him to jump over to FNG, but maybe felt that FNG was going to be close enough anyway to shield him to give him the chance to pop it. He's dead. He has to buy back here. Does mean he's going to have the BKB here for the base defense. As already S4 and LIMP getting got on. S4 will get off the Bloodstone heal. Over to the side, the Rebel tonight pulling LIMP in. LIMP will be able to jump aside, but LIMP still goes down. Handsken gets the constant. They have a control return, and they're taking down Biver. They've taken down Fata as well. Can Alliance get anything more out of this? As they're going to look to chase. Over to the side, 9 jumping away. They got any further catch? They haven't. He's out. These 2 astral steps. He's going for the TP on the high ground. Do they have vision? They don't. 9 makes it away. Buybacks from Nikobaby and LIMP do push Tundra back. The base will remain intact.
That's a tough decision to pop your BKB bottom lane for Nikobaby, because if he uses BKB, even if he lives, they'd be able to go high ground anyways. So he must have been aware that he was that close to buyback, because he didn't have it when he died, but he was able to buy back for the fight, thus holding the high ground and still having his BKB. But now that you bought back, suddenly you're down 8,000 net worth. The opponent carry.
Nikobaby, he's got a DD. He's thinking about going in. There are 2 down on Tundra. They've both got buybacks though. As LIMP, BKB's going to be popped. 9 jumping away. The dream call's going to be missed. Over to the side though. S4's in. They send him on a Skiter. They take him down the one. It's going to be a buyback from Biver. Nikobaby pops the BKB. Looks to try and come in on the Skiter. Skiter's got a lot of armor though. Skiter's able to step away. They've got to be careful as Biver. He's looking for the setup. Fisher, he's locking down Nikobaby. They're able to jump over the follows there. Biver just keeping him locked down with these aftershocks. Nikobaby starts to try and fight back. Gets the bash, but another stun. 9's in. Runners down, but Nikobaby's off the side. FNG gives him the shield. Nikobaby jumps back in. He takes down 9. He's looking for 33, but Skiter's just back in and he's cleaning up. Nikobaby's out for 2 minutes. Handsken trapped in by the Fisher. Tundra, they punch back and they punch back hard.
How is Earthshaker hero okay? What is going on? He's got the ceremonial robe too, so all this stuff lasts 10% longer anyways.
I mean, these stuns, they're just destroying them there. Nikobaby, as soon as that BKB comes to an end, he has no business in these fights when Biver's alive.
Yeah, he's just cliff walking too, because he's got a fissure. I understand that you can walk over the fissure. I don't feel like you should be able to walk over cliffs because there's a fissure on the cliff.
I mean,
oh man,
it allows you to walk over the enemy team.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Into the base they go. No Nikobaby for 75 seconds. What can Alliance do with the 4 of them? He's starting the fight, jumping in onto S4. Shield from FNG keeps him safe over the side. They do get the silence onto 33. No further burst though. Still having to hold for a minute. Skiter focusing the objectives, trying to take this. The racks down. Then he gets through the reincarnate over the side 9. Jumping into FNG. He's going to have the Yule set up into the Remnant onto Puck. LIMP. Getting changed done. Is there any saving time? There is. Aquatic still allowing them to put the BKB. Skiter also committing with his BKB. Tries to go for Handsken, but Handsken's out with the Glimmer Cape. 9. Over to LIMP he goes. LIMP ever waiting rift out of the way of the Remnant. LIMP will manage to make it back to base. 9 still trying to work on Handsken. Now he's going to turn over towards S4. S4 breaking away from the primal split with the Timber Chain. 33 turns his attention over towards Handsken. Another Glimmer Cape keeps Handsken safe. FNG's are on the front. The Dream Caller is down. 3 of them, but they've lost FNG. FNG out for 70. No buyback on him. The Vessel's onto S4. He's off to the side. They are managing to sort of keep Tundra distracted from the base, but now, okay, Skiter, he's going to be able to clean them up. He just gets in on the 2 of them. Handsken and S4, they're both down. We're going to have Nikobaby back in 10 seconds, but then it's going to be down to Nikobaby and LIMP. Just the 2 of them this time round to push Tundra back, as Tundra, they're looking to take this bottom set of racks.
Behold!
I commend Alliance on their high ground hold here, but They just had to keep expending so many resources every time, costing a buyback or two, and eventually the war of attrition gonna wear you down. Up 23,000 gold now.
Go on,
Oh my god.
Oh, have they? Limp's out. 9. Good moves from LIMMP here.
Has been killed.
I mean, he's keeping 3 of them focused away from the base. All lanes are pushed out, so they're having to do this through backdoor protection.
Solar Thrust, AC, so much damage.
Nikobaby's going to try and get in. He's popping the BKB, he's committing in onto 33 with the Abyssal Blade locked down. They're able to take him out before the ult's there. As they bring him down, Skiter's in with the Wraith Fire Blast, and Nikobaby in trouble, pulled back by the Remnant. Nikobaby's out, and with him having no re-entry to the game for 100 seconds, they know it's over. GG is called, as Tundra will take this game 1 against Alliance.
I've already praised him enough. Big play coming out from Tundra. I think Alliance might have underestimated it here. I think both teams had all the tools they needed to win, but they might